I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. Callie joins us. Hi!
Oh my gosh, we're here. Happy morning.
I appreciate you coming on. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Oh, thanks, Eric. I'm Callie. I'm the happiest, cutest Pingu VTuber, and I stream mainly on Twitch, and I make YouTube videos, and I try my best to make some super fun edits. I'm a Pingu VTuber, and I stream and play a lot of JRPGs and platformers, and I like to help everyone relax and have fun and smile.
Well, that's a really good reason to do this, and certainly with this medium, we've got the opportunity to do that and give people a place where they can come and get away from everything else for a while.
Eee.
Yeah. So is that the reason why you started VTubing?
Oh, so the reason I started VTubing is actually because I actually got into it from a friend, Alice Damon,
Uh-huh.
and she's also a VTuber, and she was basically my first like ever online best friend,
Uh-huh.
and it initially started out with me like just helping her make videos and stuff, and then she started streaming and VTubing, and it looked fun. It looked really cool, and she would often suggest to me like, why don't I try it? And I was like, you know what? I can give it a try. She even made me like a little PNG to
Oh.
like start off with, and
So-
it was super duper cute.
So
Eee.
so really, I mean, they set the whole thing up for you and just were waiting for you to show up.
Yee!
Yeah.
She was just waiting for me to show up, and I tried it out, and it was a whole ton of fun. And I kept on doing it. I eventually got a 3D model. Well, I say got, but I just made one via like the Vroid, and then we eventually got a live 2D model made. And I was wondering, like, in terms of actual motivation, I feel like, well, pretty much it's just like you said. Like the world is like just a very, very, can be a negative, very bad place to live in.
Mhm.
And there's already like a ton of like negative stuff, bad stuff going around. Of course, not just in real life, on online as well.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I feel like even just a little bit of positivity, just a little bit of happiness can still go a long way,
Oh,
even if it can't like solve problems. Just a little bit can go a long way.
oh yeah. I mean, it's just you just never know when that's the one thing somebody needed at that point. To to get through their day is just something that isn't going to drag them down, something that they can lose themselves in for a little bit. Um,
Yee!
would you say that that's the same for you? Is this also kind of cathartic for you as well?
What does cathartic mean?
That means you get to let go of your problems and just enjoy yourself.
Yee! It goes for me as well. Whenever I'm streaming or making stuff for everyone, whenever I get to like edit videos or talk
Mhm.
or game, I feel like I can really just take a step away from everything and just be more like myself. At this point, I feel like I feel like me being online is me more being myself than anytime else. I feel like I can actually just have fun, let loose, and
Yeah,
just talk about whatever.
yeah. And see, some people say that they're more themselves online than they are not online.
Yee!
Yeah, and yet and having the avatar there just kind of helps, where you can present yourself however you want to be presented.
Yee! It helps with like, I guess people view it as like a sort of shield,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Anonymity and the such,
yeah,
but also a good representation of what you are at the same time.
yeah, yeah. And I think that's a lot of what it should be. I think that this is there is there are a few rules, obviously, if you want to, keep your channel going and that sort of thing. But as far as introducing yourself and how you present yourself, you should be able to set it the way you want to. If it's not Tinder, it's not you know Indeed. That you're not applying for a job here. You're just coming on and trying to entertain people.
E.
And I don't see why. It, does it frustrate you when you see people trying to mess it up for everybody?
Like stir up drama and such.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, I don't really see much of that in my feed. I do hear people talk about it.
Mm.
I haven't really taken the time or the interest to really look up what they're talking about.
Yeah,
But
that's a good thing.
whenever we stay away from the drama.
Yeah.
But whenever I do see it, uh, I don't really say I'd feel too frustrated because it's just a part of life. No matter what sphere you're in, you're gonna get drama. You're gonna
Yeah.
get like a bunch of negativity.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't really feel frustrated. More so was just that it's just another thing for positivity to combat and such.
Yeah, absolutely. So, um, do you try to do that outside of the stream world and try to be as positive as possible?
Yeah, I would say because I feel like me being online is also affecting me like in the real world.
Uh huh.
So I used to be just like way back when I used to be like before I started doing all this, I was just somebody who was just quiet, somebody that people would typically forget was there,
Uh,
and I didn't really think much of it. I didn't really have an opinion on it.
yeah.
People would just forget I was there. I would just chill. My entire computer screen went black for a second. That was weird. Uh, but after I started doing all this, it started like slowly and gradually bleeding into the real world.
Mm.
And I started becoming a lot more positive. I started becoming a lot more outgoing.
Mm.
And I especially felt this when I was with like a physical trainer
Mm.
because I rolled my ankle in tennis.
Mo-
But I was with a couple physical trainers, and they always said that like whenever I was there, it was like one of the best times of their day
mm.
because when me being there is like a zen for them. It makes them feel relaxed.
That's cool. I mean, that's nice to hear. I mean, you always kind of want to have that kind of influence on people, but to hear that you actually do is a different story. Um, and and knowing that you like you said, maybe it was tough bringing that out of you before. And now getting you out of that shell and letting us know the brilliance of you is is a good thing. And we now with this medium get a chance to find out what Callie's really all about. That's
Aw, ee.
I mean that's really cool. I mean that's when you started. Did you think of anything like that when you started VTubing, or was it just let's see what this is all about?
When I first started, I wouldn't really say I was thinking about it that much in depth before. It was mainly just I like watching videos of people gaming and laughing and having fun online. What if I make something like that? Something that could make like me laugh and something that could make like others laugh.
Yeah,
But at the time it wasn't too much others. Like it was mainly make myself laugh. Now it's a good balance between myself and others. Like
yeah,
if I don't laugh at it, how are others gonna laugh at it? Of course.
yeah. That's true.
But
Yeah, it. But
e
you're bringing people along with you is the thing, and I think folks are getting it. And the more they do it, they get it. I think that you're not just performing for somebody, but you're bringing people along with you. It,
e
it's a as you're sitting down with them as the game or whatever you're streaming goes on, whether you're doing a watch along or art streams or whatever. you're bringing them along with you. So you're however you are perceiving it and however you're enjoying it, really does affect the people who are along the ride with you.
Yee.
Yeah. So is
Yeah.
that I mean it is it something that you think about as you're streaming, or does it even cross your mind at that point?
Uh, I forgot the idea of like entertaining others.
Yeah, yeah. Like, is are the people out there enjoying this as much as I am, or am I enjoying it enough to help for them to enjoy it?
I do think about that every now and then. Like when I'm having all this fun, I'm like, are others having fun with me? I think about that every now and then,
Mm,
and I wonder if that's true.
yeah,
I'm always trying to help others, at least relax or have fun while I'm streaming. Whether that be lurking, whether that be actively interacting, I always try to help it so that they're able to like at least relax in some form.
yeah, yeah.
And I'm always reminded by both myself and mainly my friends, that Alice included, that that like a lot of people usually like don't have time to always uh tune in and actively interact to streams, especially with streams being so long and everything.
Right.
And just that reassurance of knowing that like it always helps me with my motivation as well, that to know that true people don't have all the time in the world to always tune in, and that makes the times when people do tune in definitely really special,
Hmm.
and especially to people who interact and to lurkers as well. uh, it's always nice just knowing that we're there for them, and it helps me with my motivation, and that definitely helps me whenever I start thinking about that,
Hmm.
whether I'm actually able to help them out or not. It definitely helps that at least I'm helping out at least a few people at the very least.
Well, yeah. I mean, just by being there when they're looking for someone to be there with, it's a lot, and the attitude is a lot too. Uh, but how did you feel when you started getting regular people coming back and realizing that these were people who were taking their time to make sure they were with you?
Oh, I felt really happy. It was definitely a very like positive epiphany.
Mm,
I think the very first time that actually started happening to that happening with someone who uh was someone I met via my streams. The first time I think that started happening was in I think it was 2020. I
mm,
think it was 2020 all the way back then. Uh, it was somebody who kept on repeatedly showing up,
yeah,
uh, despite me only having met them online. I haven't met them via streams. I haven't met them via like a friend introducing me. I haven't met them via like someone I already know
right,
from before I started streaming. It was just someone that just showed up and just enjoyed the streams
yeah,
and just enjoyed being there. And it was a lot of fun. I felt really like happy. It gave me the idea of that, oh, what I'm doing here is actually like helping others.
yeah. It's worthwhile. It's just I use it. Um, it can be fulfilling and justifying at the same time.
Yee.
Yeah, and while maybe some people don't need that every day, but it's sure nice to have.
Yee. It's definitely nice to have. Like, it
Yeah,
may it may not be a thing that people need.
yeah,
Well, because there's already like thousands of streamers out there.
yeah.
But it's always nice to be something that people want
Mm.
still. And it's always nice whenever I'm able to leave that effect. It makes me all giddy inside. It
Yeah.
makes me all happy.
So did when you were a younger Pally, um, did were you somebody who wanted to be entertaining for folks, or is this something that came on later?
Um What was the question again? I didn't catch the full of it.
Yeah. Was this something when you were younger that you could see yourself doing? I mean, were you always someone who wanted to be up on stage and entertaining people?
Oh, I wouldn't say so. No, I never thought that I would be, well, like this right now. Well, of course, like actually, I took it back. Actually, I remember I started this YouTube channel back when I was like, man, how long? I think it was when I was like 10 or 11, like super young. Like I had no capture card, no none of that like hypercam thing
Yeah.
that you would see in like the old YouTube videos. Like it was just I just got my dad's like video camera and then I just put it in front of the television screen and I just started recording it as I just sat there and just talked.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. I was it was very enjoyable. Just making let's play videos. Just
Yeah.
making let's play videos.
Yeah.
I even got like some school friends involved. We made like a whole channel. Uh, they ended up not really enjoying it that much. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Uh, and whenever Alice brought it up to me again, I got reminded of that, and I got reminded of how much fun I always had
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah. And
Uh,
it just kind of relit the fire, huh?
yeah, it just sort of relit the fire
Yeah.
because I believe I initially stopped because of well the effort and time it would take because it wasn't that the recording stuff was already on the computer. I didn't even have a computer back then. It was a lot of effort to actually set up like get the camera angle set up
Mm.
and then I'd have to do it. Then I'd have to invest the time into doing it
Oh.
because there's also homework, and
Yeah.
my parents felt awkward with me doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see
So,
that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, what are you
but now
doing?
like it's a lot easier to access. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the fact that it doesn't take too much equipment to do, and if you just want to go on and do it, you can do it. Yeah, it may not be the most polished thing in the world, but the point is going to be it's always going to be the personality that brings people back and the person behind it,
Yee.
and knowing that there are people potentially sitting on the other side of the planet from you that are are enjoying what you're doing online. That's got to send a thrill through you.
Yee! Like recently I just discovered that there's like some cool people that were watching me like in Britain and
Mm,
in Australia. And
yeah,
I was like, "Whoa, that's like really far." I thought it was just like all America.
yeah.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, that's it's interesting to talk with folks from the other side of the planet and realize it's completely different world. I talked to somebody from Australia, do a lot of interviews with Australian folks, and they're like 16 hours ahead of me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did you have to stay up or did they have to stay up?
Actually, no, because I work a night shift, so when I get off work and I'm home at about midnight, it's about 4 in the afternoon for them. So I can do the interviews there,
Oh.
and for folks over in Europe, I do them around noontime, so it's about 4 in the afternoon for them too. So yeah,
Oh.
see, so I kind of fell into this myself a little bit, as far as the time goes, but. Then there are some of those folks who have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning for, and you know who you are.
Aw, you
Yeah,
have to
no,
adjust schedule a lot.
well, it's fine. The schedule, I don't mind that at all because when I was doing radio, we had to do that all the time. We schedule, you always schedule for the guest, and if you can make it, then that's good. The guest is the star. You are the star of the interview, so I hope please remember that. That's where we going.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, I mean,
Thanks, Eric.
I really have you discovered an ego as you've been doing this?
Uh, like an ego,
Well, like it's like
like
well, I want maybe ego is not a good word. Pride in what you're doing. Like oh, I'm happy with what I'm doing now. kind of strut your stuff a little bit when you have people in the stream for you?
I feel like I have actually, yeah. Like I do feel a lot of pride in what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Like, especially as like you stream more and more and you help people more and more, and there's a lot of people who have told you that they like what you're doing and that what I've been doing has helped them. It's helped them like feel a lot better. It's helped them make it through the day.
yeah,
It's helped them become a lot happier. I feel a lot of pride. I take a lot of pride in what I do. I'm really proud in the fact that I am able to do this and that I am able to help people
yeah.
as much as I'm able to.
Oh, yeah. It is nice to know that you do have that effect, positive effect on somebody. Um, and
Yee!
and also you got to realize there are a lot of people you're affecting positively that you're never going to know about.
Yee! There's probably like quite a few lurkers
Yeah.
that and viewers that just don't talk. I know I used to be one of those. I used to be just like a Twitch watcher, but I just don't talk. So there's probably like quite a lot of them that I've probably helped, and I just don't know about. And
Yeah.
I'm glad still though. I'm glad still that I'm able to help them still.
Yeah. That somebody's got you on in the background while they're doing something, and maybe it's something they didn't want to do in the first place, but just having you there doing your stuff, and they can look back every once in a while and just you know a companionship sort of thing.
Yee! A little companionship.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Not nothing whatsoever. Um,
That's right.
yeah. So tell me about the tennis stuff. Now you said you rolled your ankle here recently.
Oh,
Was that
it
at
was
Wimbledon?
recently. It wasn't at Wimbledon. It wasn't recently. They told me this like back in 2020 actually when I first started. Well, near when I first started. I started in 2019. But I believe it was like somewhere in the middle of 2020. Um I was playing tennis for my school,
Uh-huh.
and I was very accident prone. I'm still
Uh-huh.
sort of kind of am, but I do my best to not get injured as much. I was back then. I got injured like nearly every week. Like coaches would always tell me that, "Oh, you're always injured like every week. How does this happen to you?"
I'm taking them all for
So
the
I was
team, coach.
take them all for the team. That's right. I'm a tank.
That's right.
But I was very accident prone back then.
Yeah.
But I played tennis a lot, and a lot of people don't notice. But I'm actually a Pengu tennis VTuber.
Yeah.
That's why I have the cap on top. That's why it says Footy Love. I have a little tennis racket,
Yeah.
PNG. A lot of my tweets have a tennis ball in them.
Yeah. Well, they're
It's
gonna
not really
when they see the
Oh.
thumbnail, they're gonna know. I'm just dropping that hint.
Aw. Thanks, Eric. Yee.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't really know it's not really at the forefront of my advertising,
Yeah.
but it's on my model, and I talk about it just whenever I remember to talk about it.
Yeah. So when did you get started with
But
tennis?
ooh, I started way back. Ooh, a while ago. Let's
Yeah.
see, what year was it? It was 2011,
Wow.
I believe. 2011.
Yeah.
Uh, it was actually I actually got into tennis from, well, I didn't get into it, but I initially took the tennis class
Hmm.
because that was because we had to take an elective, and I took tennis because my sister used to play tennis
Ah.
when she was also in middle school. I
Yeah.
have an older sister,
Yeah.
and initially I wasn't too into it at first because it was just a sport.
Right.
Sports are sports, I guess.
Yeah.
They're just something you do.
Right.
I didn't really take too much of an interest. It was just an elective.
Yeah.
But then I actually really got into it from this anime called Baby Steps. It came out also in 2011, so it was a new anime. I started watching it, and it also features like it's not like uh it's not featuring like people who are already good at the sport. It features like the main character is someone who is also just getting into tennis, also just starting out,
Yeah.
and I felt really inspired from it. Also, it's a really good anime. Oh my gosh, watch Baby Steps. But I felt really inspired from it because I was also just starting out in tennis, and
Yeah,
it actually goes really in depth into a lot of tips,
yeah,
a lot of training that people do, and a lot of what goes on in the mind in the middle of matches, in the middle of practices.
yeah, yeah,
And I started taking that with me into tennis, and I was thinking like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of fun. I'm really having fun with it, and then I
yeah,
got addicted,
yeah.
and uh, well, I'm not in school anymore, so I don't play as much because I don't play for a school anymore.
Right.
But I still like to go out and hit against the wall,
Yeah.
or go out and hit with some IRL friends
Oh
if
yeah.
they happen to be playing tennis at the time.
Oh yeah. That's how I got into golf in that way. I started to learn and then learned through high school and then really enjoyed being out there on the course when I could still like get around and actually swing the golf club. Uh, when you get replumbed a couple of times, you don't have the you don't have the flexibility anymore to do that sort of thing. But
Oh,
yeah, I was into golf and softball and racquetball. I was really loved
oh,
racquetball, but
that's a
um,
lot.
yeah, well, I was younger, and my knees didn't scream, and I didn't have railroad tracks all over my body at the time, so it was a lot easier. But so when you got into this and discovered that you enjoyed serving into the net 30 times a day, and but it just was it just the overall feeling of the sport that you enjoyed, or being able to get around and kind of you know run around and enjoy yourself with somebody. What really got you into it?
There's definitely a part of me that feels like I would have enjoyed the sport
Uh-huh.
no matter what it was, just
Yeah.
as long as there was an anime about it, because I was very big on anime at the time. And I still am, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Yeah.
But, like, there's golf anime out there,
Yeah.
and I feel like if I watched the anime, I would have gotten into golf.
Yeah.
I'm a very, like, impressionable. There we go, I think that's the word. I was, like, a highly impressionable person. I still am, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Yeah. But
But I felt like just as long as there was an anime about it, I would have enjoyed it. But
yeah.
also, on the other hand, there is also just the feeling of being able to just hit a ball
Mhm.
and it just goes to where it just, well, one, it lands in,
Yeah.
and two, it just goes to where I want it to go,
Yeah.
and that doing that over and over gets me the point. That
Yeah.
feeling of that I got that point from how I wanted to, from my own strategy, my own plays, and I got it.
Yeah.
And that felt really satisfying, and that was really addicting to me.
Oh yeah. I can it's not the same level at all, but it being a racket sport, racquetball I enjoyed very much because of that. And I enjoyed the longer points. Um, Being able to run around and slide around and be goofy and hit ridiculous shots and still somehow come out with a point is just there's a hard it's hard to describe that feeling when you win that little war, when that little battle in the war of the game, and then of course then you have to do it again several lot more times, but to see just little bits of improvement as you go along. Um, it got to the point in golf where I got up to a point, and that was going to be it. golf gets very
Oh.
Golf is not like track where you can shave off a time here or there. It's maybe you sink one putt, but and it's still a very individual sport. But with tennis, you are going against somebody else for the most part, and maybe you're having a great day, they're having a bad day, and you can stomp them, or it's the other way around. There's so many different variables involved,
E.
and and being able to overcome even the rolling your ankle or something like that. Although in tennis, that's pretty hard to do. Any
Oh, you kind of
Yeah,
just have to keep running.
yeah, the drop shot is going to be very effective, and It's just like, okay, whatever.
Oh, there's a lot of that, and I definitely do get the feel that golf is a much more pressurizing sport.
Oh, it can
That
be.
is true.
It can be. I talked to a fellow who was a major college basketball coach at the time, and he was just starting up golf. But the thing is, he was one of those coaches that never cussed, never did. Old school fellow.
Oh.
And I said, Coach, I said, you're never a golfer, never really a golfer until you've helicoptered a club 3/4 of the way down the course and said 4-letter words in a way you've never heard them before.
That's truly it. That's truly when you know you've become really invested in the sport.
Oh yeah, yeah. And if you're out there with somebody else golfing, which is the best way to go, and you hear, you know exactly what's happening because sooner or later, here comes that club down right past your ear down the course. Looks like a 3-wood.
That's truly how it is. The same thing happens with tennis.
Yep.
It can definitely be very very frustrating
Oh,
if things don't go your way.
oh yeah, yeah. So when you were competing in school, did you ever get tossed for yelling at the umpire?
Tossed like penalized?
Yes.
Oh, well actually we didn't have any umpires.
Oh.
We don't have any umpires when in our schools.
Oh.
It was all just self-scoring.
Oh. Oh. So I would have.
So just honor rules.
So honor rules. There's honor. There's honor in sports. Where does that happen?
Yee! And that definitely becomes more prevalent when you get to like the higher levels.
Yes.
You know, when you're playing regionals and at national level,
Oh
there's
yeah.
a lot of cheating.
Yeah.
A lot of cheating.
Yeah. I would since I was never really good at any sport, I would call that using the rules to my advantage.
Yee! That's pretty much what it is.
Like when I played basketball, I mean I was not very good at basketball, but I loved playing it. And if somebody's trying to jump in front of you and they come up and hit your elbow, it's probably not going to be able to jump very high. Now, now they're going to get a foul, but next time when they're in front of you, they'll probably try to duck.
They know your game now.
Yeah. when when you got a rebound, step on somebody's foot. That way, when they jump first, they can't get there, and you can.
That's right. You just got to use the rules to your advantage.
Treachery. So when you're playing a game for online, will you will you go for the shortcuts, or will you for the honor of the game play it the way it's supposed to be played?
Oh, a lot of friends actually dig into me for this. I actually try to test the bounds of the game.
Ah, yeah.
So I try for like any shortcuts I can find. I try for any creative solutions. I usually try to see if there's anything else I can do other than the game's intended way for me to do something first.
What
So
a-
like
what?
a really good example of this actually would be, do you know Tears of the Kingdom that
Uh,
came out of
I've heard of it. I haven't played it though.
Oh, so it's a game that it's a game that has a lot of puzzles
Uh-huh.
where you can solve pretty much your own way.
Right.
The game gives you a suggested way sometimes, but for the most part you solve it in a way that you think of. And so there was one of the puzzles there where we had to get some people across the river to the other side,
Right.
and they gave us a boat. They gave us a clear boat that all we have to do is just put the people on the boat and put the boat in the water,
Mhm.
and then just put that across. And what I did was that I got a hand glider, and I put the boat on top of the hand glider, and then I put a spring underneath the hand glider, and then I put the people on top of the boat, and then I launched the spring so that it would launch the boat upwards, and then I would use the hand glider to fly the people across to the other side.
Yeah.
That's
Hang glider.
that's an example of fly them over. I don't need to touch the water, and that took me like I think that took me an hour to do, and I was playing with other friends, and I was playing with other streamer friends, and they were like, "Why don't you just put it in the water?" And I was like, "I don't need to touch the water."
Oh my gosh. You be one of those folks in Dungeons and Dragons that just drives the dungeon master crazy.
I'm the person that they'll make like rules. They're like, I'm not allowed to do that. I'm like, oh.
I just do this and I win. No, you can't do that. Rolls the dice
That's
and you're dead.
exactly it.
Yes.
I've still never
Troublemaker.
played Dungeons and Dragons.
Such a
That's
troublemaker.
exactly what they call me.
Yes. Well, the um, with that though, I mean, they know what they're watching, so they know what you're going to be doing. They're going to be waiting for you now. Every time you play a game where if you miss a shortcut, they're going to be right on your backside about that one.
That's right.
Yeah. They,
Sometimes they told me about that, and I was like, "No, I did this the way I wanted to. Don't
yeah.
worry."
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Um are there games that you'd like to try online that you haven't been able to do yet?
Ooh, let's see. Let's go into my plan to play section of my Steam library here.
Yeah.
I have a lot of it. Uh, my entire library is mainly just RPGs and platformers, but I have been wanting to try a lot of like as context. I grew up with a lot of Nintendo.
Mhm.
Mainly only Nintendo. I didn't grow up with a PlayStation or an Xbox. It was mainly Nintendo.
Mm.
My first ever like series that I got into outside of Nintendo would probably be Kingdom Hearts.
Mhm.
And even then, that was the only non-Nintendo game that I really liked.
Yeah.
So I didn't play much outside.
Mm.
So in recent times, whenever it was a Steam sale, I would take advantage of that by getting a lot of the games, a lot of the cheap games from like the Xbox 360 era or
Uh-huh.
the early PlayStation eras
Yeah.
that I've never gotten to experience,
Yeah.
like the Hitman games and the Witcher series and the Batman Arkham games, the Halo games, Dragon's Dogma and the such.
Yeah.
So Mass Effect and the such. I never got into those, and I've been wanting to try them out. I've been wanting to try them out and see what exactly it was I was missing. Like a lot of the games of the years. I got a lot of the games of the years from the past,
Yeah.
and I want to try them out to find out what exactly I was missing because those games have such critical acclaim online,
Right.
and I've never played them.
So now you got a huge library of these games sitting there,
Hey.
and like, well, if I ever get around to doing this,
That's mainly the backlog, the
yeah.
backlog problems.
Well, it's better to have more
There's
than
so
less at
many.
this point. Yeah, have to have something to lean back on if something happens. What?
That's right.
So
At least we'll never run out of things to play.
yeah, is there a type of stream you'd like to do that you haven't done yet, like a hand cam or anything like that?
Ooh, I have actually done hand cams before.
Yeah, what type?
Um, oh, I usually do them whenever I got something from like in real life that
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I have to show off.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would be really cool if I showed it off. So whenever I go on vacation, my parents usually like to take me because I still live with my parents. They
Mm-hmm.
usually like to take me to a bunch of places
Mm-hmm.
that uh, are interesting. It's pretty cool being in those places
Yeah.
half the time, but the other half of the time, I'm just feeling like I want to be home and I want to stream. I want to make stuff. I don't want to be here.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you.
But I usually get at least like some souvenirs, and then I'll show them off
Yeah.
in like a hand cam streamy.
Yeah. Hey, here's another shot glass we got. That used to be the big thing in the 80s and 90s. People would come back with shot glasses that one are you wouldn't ever use, and two probably are painted with lead paint, and you wouldn't be able to survive using them to start with. And then they'd end up with a big pile of shot glasses, and they try to sell them.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I see like a lot of souvenir stores selling these like shot glasses,
yeah,
and I never thought about people collecting them. I've always thought about them like actually being used.
yeah.
I
Oh
never
no,
knew they
no,
had lead in them.
no. There, if you went to somebody's place, they'd have like a shelf with like 60 shot glasses on it. like, yeah, there's my shot glass collection. Yeah, do you ever, dust them? No, no,
No.
no. Don't even look at them actually. But there they are. did
Just
you
there. Don't drink out of them. You don't know.
did you really need a shot glass from Bismarck, North Dakota? Yes, I did actually.
He did. Need a shot glass from all 50 states.
That's right. I still need Hawaii. I haven't got the Hawaii shot glass yet. Um,
Oh.
so for you, what's the future as far as VTubing goes? I mean, do you have anything set in stone, or you have anything on the horizon you'd really like to do?
Ooh. In terms of actual goals,
Yeah,
well, of course, like with many other VTubers, I would like for this to be a full-time career, of
sure.
course, as with many others.
Yeah.
Um, in terms of actual goals, I actually just reached one. I just
Mhm.
reached 1,000 followers on Twitch,
Hey, good job.
and thanks, Eric. I'm actually holding a 24-hour streaming. Actually, starting tonight. That's why I wasn't available on Wednesday.
Oh my
But
gosh.
I'm doing a 24-hour stream tonight to celebrate.
Oh,
Uh,
well,
in
this is
terms
good.
of other goals, I would like to reach partner, of course.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, we're gonna have this out and ready to go before the your stream starts. So, folks, when you do see this, make sure you head over to Callie stream and support them because 24 hours is a very long time.
It really is. Thanks, Eric. It really is. I've done one before,
Yeah,
and it's still like a huge part. It's not a huge part, but it still crosses my mind every now and then
yeah,
of the fact that I was awake for most of the stream, but I ended up, and that was actually the first stream I ever got a raid of over like I would say like over 20, 30 people. That was the
oh,
first time I ever got a raid of over 30 people.
oh, we,
I got a raid of like I think it was like 170 people,
oh, good lord.
and I was very like I didn't really know what to think at the time. I
Yes,
was like really like, oh, I'm so happy. I'll introduce myself to all these people. I'll start talking with all these people, and it was
yeah,
a lot, and it was super awesome. And
yeah,
I about like I would say like 2 or 3 hours after that, uh, I couldn't stay awake any longer, so
yeah,
I told stream that I would just take a nap,
yeah.
and I fell asleep, and I slept for I think it was 9 hours,
That's
and I
cheating.
woke. I am so sad. I was so sad after that. I woke up, I went back, and there was just like 1 hour left of stream,
Yeah,
and I figured I'll at least make the most of it.
yeah.
But there was just I think there was like 4 people left out of that 170 people raid, and I was so sad. I was like, oh, I left a lot of these people hanging. Oh man.
That'd be a perfect VOD to put up on YouTube.
It really would be. I believe I still have a good chunk of it. I believe on my highlights. I should put it to YouTube.
Watch the count go down. Well, I'm sure you'll be you're a veteran now of them, and you'll be fine tonight. I'm sure. Folks are gonna
Yee.
enjoy themselves. You check a look and see what Callie's got going on. Please check out the links that we're going to have in the description for the interview here. And please, you got to let us know. You got to keep us updated on what's happening with you, and we'll get you on again here later on. But thank you so much for coming on. Absolute pleasure. You're a gem to talk with, and I wish you nothing but success.
Oh, thanks, Eric. Yeah, it was so much fun. It was actually my first interview like this. I've never had an interview over VTubing before. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing this, and I'm super excited to come on later too. I definitely want to come on later. It was so much fun.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.